We were at the final table of the EPT Grand Final in Monte Carlo, down to 4 players, and Romain Ferriolo was the one player kind of bluffing quite a bit and playing very aggressively, and I was looking to get into a pot with him where I could take some of his chips. I was under the gun. I had ace-8 offsuit, pretty good hand, 4-handed. I made my standard raise to 50,000, I believe. I think the blinds were 10,000 and 20,000.
Ferriolo's a decision to make.
I call.
And he calls. Let's see how the flop brings. Well, we see the 8 comes out. Middle pair for Schaefer.
Romain looked at the pot and pretty quickly fired out a bet of 60,000 chips into a 100,000 pot. There were 2 clubs on board. I thought he might have a club draw, or there's obviously the chance that he just had completely missed the flop and was bluffing.
Is he in a situation where, I mean, he's either going to fold or raise? He's either going to read it as a bluff or that he's got the hand?
I decided to just call, evaluate on the turn, and if he is bluffing, let him keep coming at me.
Will this card change it?
The turn was a pretty bad card. It was the Queen of Hearts. It filled if he had 10-9, he just made the nut straight. It's another overcard to my 8. I had a decent read on Romain. When he was bluffing, he kind of put out his chips very forcefully. And when he had a hand, it seemed like he would throw them out a little more haphazardly. He'd just kind of like throw them out there and make you think that he was, you know what I mean, just kind of reverse tells.
I think Schaefer's got some kind of tell on Romain here. He just can't call with his small pair unless he really knows that Romain is bluffing.
I could have come over the top here, but again, I thought he didn't have anything, and I wanted him to keep giving me more chips.
Now, will it be a cruel river? And it certainly is not. We're in exactly the same situation.
The 3 doesn't change my mind, and he bets less than a quarter of the pot. So, it's not. I'm not going to fold on the river.
It's very unusual. I think once a player's got it in his head that he's winning,
and he calls it.
It's pretty rare that you get really that heightened level of certainty. Like I was 95% sure that I had the best hand. So I'm sitting there waiting with my middle pair, and he looks at the board and just mucks his hand, and that's one of the best feelings in the world, just knowing that you had him pegged the whole way and just took a bunch of chips off of him.
Didn't even bother showing his cards.